Good morning, grade 4. Today we're going to be revising on lessons 9.1, 9.2, 8.2, and 8.4. So are you ready? Let's start. Here, in this part, we have a model, and we want to know the fraction and the decimal in this model. So here, can we count? Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 7 out of how many? 7 out of, let's count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we have 7 out of 10. So that's our fraction. 7 out of 10. And if we think really carefully, we're going to know that the model is divided into 10 equal parts, and each part represents, you got it, 1/10. And how do I read this? It's really simple. 7/10. How about the decimal part? 7/10. We agreed, since the denominator is 10, so the decimal will be 0.7. And we know that 7/10 is 7/10. And this right here is called the decimal point. Now, how do I write 0.7? Like this. And how do I read it? 7/10 as well. So let's solve this example here. All of the 10 parts are shaded. So this is 10/10, right? And 10/10 is 1/1. So the decimal here is what? It's really confusing, isn't it? When it's 10/10, that means that we have 1 in the ones and 0 in the tens, because we have only one whole part. And one whole part fills the ones place value, and the decimal will be 1.0. Here, we have one whole part, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 6 out of 10. So we have 1 as a whole number, and then 6 out of 10. So we have 1 and 6/10. Now, how about the fraction? How about the decimal? The 1 will be in the ones. So we have 1.6. And we write it as 1.6. And we read it as 1 and 6/10. Good job. You guys can rock this. Okay, last part in this lesson. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 out of 10. And we know 4 out of 10 is 0.4. Good job. So if we have no whole number, we're just going to write 0 point and then the number, because we have 10. If we have a whole number like here, which we have one whole number and then 9/10, so we have 1 and 9/10 as a fraction. When we write it, we write 1 before the decimal point. So here we have 1.9. In this part, it's really easy. We just want to write the fraction or the mixed number as a decimal. So we have a whole number. You got it. What do? I write the 5 before the decimal point. So I have 5.9. Good job. And then here in number 9, we have no whole number. So we're going to write 0.1. Here we have no whole number 10 as the denominator, so we're going to write 0.7. Good job, you guys. Number 11, we have 8 in the whole number part, so we have 8.9. Excellent. Here we have no whole number, so we're going to say 0.6. Here, 6 in the whole number part, so we have 6.3. No whole number, so 0.5. Here we have 9 in the whole number part, so 9.7. Good job. It's really easy, right? If you have any trouble with this is very important, especially this part. If you have any problem with this, please write in the comments or text me on my WhatsApp. Okay, now, this is the second lesson for today. The only difference between this lesson and the previous lesson is that our model does not consist of 10 parts, but 100 parts. You can count them at home, but I assure you they are 100 parts. So we have here 100 over 100. So one part is full, 2, 3, 4. 4 full parts. So we have 4 as a whole number. And then we can count this part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Each line consists of 10. كل line عنده 10. Okay? عشان كده ده 10. لو عدينا اهو 10 20 30 40 50 60 70 80 90 100. So كلهم عندهم 100 parts. احنا عندنا 4 full parts, يبقى 4 as a whole number, and then 10 20 21 22 23 24 25. So we have 4 and 25 out of 100. So we have 4 and 25 hundredths. Okay, and for the decimal point, or for the decimal part, we know that 4 is our whole number. We write it in the ones place value. And then because this is over 100, so we're going, and it consists of 2 numbers. عشان هنا 100 يعني 2 zeros. يعني عندنا 2 numbers. طالما عندنا 2 numbers و 2 zeros يبقى اقدر اكتبه بعد الديسيمال بوينت على طول. لو عندنا نمبر واحد بس فوق و 2 zeros ما ينفعش، هنكتبه بطريقة مختلفة. بس علشان عندنا 2 numbers و 2 zeros يبقى هنكتبه 4.25. ليه 4.25? Because 4 is the whole number and 25. So, and 25 consists of 2 digits and 100 has 2 zeros. So 4.25. And we write it as 4.25. And we read it as 4 and 25 hundredths. Here, we have 1 as a whole, and then 10, 20, because of the line, the whole line. So we have 1 as a whole, 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So we have 1 and 24 over 100. So we have 1.24. Here, we don't have any whole number عشان ما فيش ولا واحد كامل. So we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and then 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, and 68. So we have 68 over 100, which means 0.68. Here we have 0 whole number because we have no whole parts. So 0.10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, and 75. So we have 75 over 100, which is 0.75. You guys are very good. Here we have a whole part, and then we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 81, 82, 83. So we have 1 and 1 as a whole and 83 over 100. ليه بنقول كده تاني؟ عشان عندنا 100 كل واحد من دول فيه 100. ده 100 over 100 يعني 1 كله مليان. مش احنا في الفراكشن بنقيس احنا ملينا قد ايه منه؟ هنا كله مليان يبقى 1، وهنا 83 بس مليانين من ال 100 يبقى 1 and 83 over 100. وعشان نحول ده لديسيمال هنكتب 1.83. ليه 1.83؟ عشان عندنا 2 digits 2 zeros وال 1 as a whole ف 1.83. هنا بقى ده اللي انا كنت بقول لكم عليه، عندنا ديجيت واحد بس فوق و 2 zeros. يعني ايه 2 zeros؟ يعني 2 place values، يعني عندنا 2 digits لازم نملاهم. فاكرين لما كنا بنقول ان اول part في الديسيمال ones and then tens and then hundreds؟ هنا this is 9 hundreds، فالمفروض تتملي في الخانة بتاعت ال hundreds، فبنعملها 0.09. يبقى لما يبقى عندي 2 digits 0 2 zeros وعندي ديجيت واحد بس فوق بحط قبل الديجيت 0، لان احنا لما بنقول 0.9 يبقى تحت لازم يبقى 10، يبقى تحت لازم يبقى فيه 10. تاني معلش الحته دي بتلخبط سنه. 9 over 100 ما عندناش whole number، ما عندناش number في الميكست هنا، يعني ما عندناش number هنا، هنحط 0 point. لو لقيت تحت 2 digits وفوق digit واحد يبقى لازم في digit ناقص، يبقى هحط 0 مكانه الاول وبعدين احط 9. طيب حاجه زي هنا عندنا 4 as a whole number و 55 و 2 zeros يبقى 4.55 عادي. 10 و 2 zeros اهو، حتى الزيرو ده يتعد عادي، بيتعد it's a digit. عندنا 10 و 2 zeros مفيش whole number يبقى 0.10. هنا بس بنقول 0.1 عشان الزيرو ده ممكن يروح مع الزيرو ده، يبقى عندنا 1 over 10 اللي هي 0.1. 9 في الwhole number part and then 33 over 100. 2 digits 2 zeros يبقى 9.33. 92 over 100 مفيش digit في الwhole number يبقى 0.92. 14 and 16 hundredths. 14 في الwhole number حتى لو هو 100 digit ماليش دعوة، هو still هيتحط before the point before the decimal point. 14.16 and 2 zeros, so it's 14.16. Here the question says multiply and then write the product as a mixed number. We know that if we want to multiply a whole number by a fraction, we're just going to multiply the 5 by the 3 and then over the same denominator. So we have 5 times 3, which is 15 over 10. 15 over 10. And we agreed that if we want to write this as a mixed number, we're going to subtract 15 minus 10 equals 5. We write it as the numerator. Denominator is the same, and we write 1 as the whole number. Again, we want to multiply this whole number by this fraction. We multiply the 5 by the 3, so we have 15, and then the 10, same denominator. If we want to convert this into a mixed number, we subtract 15 minus 10 equals 5 over the same denominator and 1 as a whole number. Here we have 3 times 3 fifths, so it's 3 times 3 equals 9 over same denominator 5, so we have 9 over 5. And then we want to convert this into a mixed number. we do a subtraction. 9 minus 5 equals 4 in the numerator, 5 as the denominator, and 1 as the whole number. Again, 3 times 3. دايما لما بيكون عندنا multiplication عندنا number لوحده وفراكشن بنعمل النمبر ده تايم النوميريتور ونحطه في النوميريتور والدينومينيتور زي ما هو. بعدين لو عايزين نحول النمبر ده لميكس نمبر بنعمل 9 النوميريتور minus الدينومينيتور ونحطه في النوميريتور. denominator stays the same و 1 as a whole number. لازم نكتب ال 1. Here it says list the next 4 multiples of the fraction. فاكرين المultiples كنا بنقول ان a multiple of 2 مثلا هي table 2. ف multiples of 2 is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 and so on. The multiples of 3, they're table 3. So we have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 and so on. احنا عارفين المultiples هي التيبل، يعني بعمله times 1 بعدين times 2 بعدين times 3 بعدين times 4 بعدين times 5. يعني الفراكشن ده المفروض بس اعمله times، فهنا هعمله times 1 بعدين اعمله times 2. فلما اعمل 3 times 2 6 over 5 بعدين هعمله times 3 3 times 3 9 over 5 بعدين هعمله times 4 4 times 3 12 over 5. يبقى لما اجي اكتب للفراكشن المالتيبلز بتاعته ده سر. هنكتب التيبل اللي فوق واللي تحت نسيبه زي ما هو. تاني هنعمل ايه؟ هنكتب النمبر اللي فوق ده التيبل بتاعته 3 6 9 12 and 15 والدينومينيتور زي ما هو، بس اوعوا تنسوا تكتبوا الدينومينيتور. يعني هنا هنكتب تيبل كام؟ تيبل 2 عشان 2 في النوميريتور، يبقى 2 4 over 6 6 over 6 8 over 6 and 10 over 6. عملنا 2 times 1 2 times 2 2 times 3 2 times 4 2 times 5. أهم حاجة ما ننساش نكتب الدينومينيتور. لما باجي أعمل times بعمل times للنمبر اللي فوق بس. هنا دي سهلة قوي بس برضو نفتكرها. هو عايز أعمل 2 times 4 over 5. لو احنا جينا نعمل multiplication عادي يعني نجيب الانسر هيبقى 8 over 5، بس هو مش عايز ده. هو عايز ايه؟ عايزني اكتب ال product as the product of a whole number and the unit fraction. يعني هعمل ايه؟ احنا عارفين ان 2 times 4 equals 8، يبقى هعمل 8 هكتبها هنا times 1 over 5. لما نيجي نعملهم times 8 times 1 over 5 هيبقى 8 over 5. it's the same thing. يعني كأني عملته 8 over 5. هو بس عايز يفهمني ان انا ممكن اعمل 8 time اليونت fraction 1 over 5 ويطلع نفس الانسر. هنا 5 times 2 over 3 5 times 2 10 بكتب 10 times 1 over 3. تاني الحتة دي هي سهلة ما فيهاش حاجة، هي بس غريبة سنة. هو مش عايزني اكتب الانسر، انا ممكن اكتب الانسر على جنب، ممكن اكتب 8 over 5 جنبها. هو عايزني بس اكتب اليونت فراكشن ده لوحده، يعني اكتب الدينومينيتور فوقيه 1 لوحده والانسر على جنب. يعني simply لما يديني question ده اللي هو write the product as the product of a whole number and the unit fraction، اعمل ايه بالظبط؟ اكتب الانسر هنا تحت times 1 over the denominator، اكتب الانسر هنا تحت times 1 over the denominator. That's it for today. Thank you so much everyone, and if you feel like you need any help with anything, leave me a comment in the comment section below or text me on WhatsApp. Thank you.